Right, a number of issues in the Celtic first team that Neil Lennon's probably pondering at the moment. There are a number, as I say, we'll touch on one of them, probably one of the most prominent ones among the Celtic support. Left back, we've got three options, probably fair to say. Johnny Hayes, Boli Bolingoli, whose name I forgot a minute ago for some reason, and Greg Taylor as well. Who's your number one, your number two and your number three if you're kind of ranking them in order?
Right, so I'll go for Boli number one. I think he's earned that. Greg Taylor number two, Johnny Hayes number three.
So I agree with Johnny Hayes number three, and I disagree. I'd have Taylor's number one and Hayes' number two.
You just said you'd have Hayes number three.
Aye, Taylor one,
Bolingoli
two, and Hayes three. I just think.
You got there.
I mean, Bolingoli, you could argue, and I know he's played probably about 5 or 6 times as many games as Taylor, if not more so far, and you could argue that he gives us something extra probably to Taylor, that explosive bit of quality, maybe that getting to the byline, that cross, that bit of skill. For me, Taylor, if we're looking to the future, is the option that's the most dependable one that we'll be able to trust in tough away environments, but also in home games when he can get up the flank. And he did really well last weekend against Livingston when he came on, and he really impressed me in that game. So just off that evidence, for me, I have him slightly ahead of Bolingoli, although it's easy to forget the impact Bolingoli's had with him being injured over the last couple of weeks.
My thinking is Boli's had a lot of games now for Celtic. I don't know the exact total. I've not looked it up, but he's had a fair few games for Celtic now. He has an absolute catalogue of good performances under his belt. You go back to like say AIK, home and away. I think he gave away a penalty away from home, but I think he was good actually. Cluj, Rangers.
Lazio at home.
Lazio at home.
Aberdeen away.
It was Rennes as well. I mean, he has a record of really impressive displays, and I think it's his jersey just now. Taylor will get his chances. Taylor is a player that I'm sure Neil Lennon really likes, and he cost a lot of money as well in the summer. So I think he'll get his chance. He will get his chance to try and stake a claim for that jersey. But just now, if you're asking me who first choice is, it's got to be Boli. He has the shirt, and he's not really given much reason for Lennon to take it off him, in my view.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, it's interesting that you look back at last season and we literally only had Kieran Tierney as our left back all season. Now, I think we had Azagiri as well, but he was never really a serious option. Whereas you compare it to this year, and we've got two, and then you add in this third element that's kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, no one had Johnny Hayes down as a left back before this season started, did they? He was a left winger, and he's actually done pretty well.
He has. He's done well. He's not done spectacularly. I think there's a wee bit of an over-exaggeration because of what he did at Ibrox. But he has done well. He has proven to be Neil's Mr. Reliable. He's really, really done a ton for us this season when we've needed him. Didn't look like that was going to be the case about 12 months ago. So he can be really pleased with the contribution he's made to Celtic since he came from Aberdeen. And for me, he is not a bad footballer by any stretch. Just because I've got him last doesn't mean I think he's a bad player.
No, he's just the kind of last out of the three.
Yeah, that's it for me. You've spent big money on the other two, so I think you've got to look to develop both of them. We're going back to the Taylor-Boli thing, the Taylor-Boli debate. One thing I do have concerns over with Boli, I still think he gives the ball away a wee bit too much at times. I think he's passing...
Erratic, that's the word.
Yeah, well, at the start of games mainly for me. I think he grows into games. I think at the start he's often careless with his distribution of the ball, so... Against better teams, that can still come back to bite you. But you know what? For a player coming out of a totally different environment, coming from Vienna, he's done really well. The biggest club he's ever played for. Still quite young. He's done well, Boli, and I think he fully merits being our number one left back just now.
Perfect. Well, exciting times to come anyway. We've got three really decent left backs there that Neil Lennon can choose from. With the amount of games we've got coming up, they're probably all going to see game time.
I think so.
Before the end of the year, if Bolingoli comes back, and also next year as well before the end of the season. So exciting times ahead. Thank you once again, David.
Nice.
Talking of exciting times, we'll be back next week. We'll have a preview for the big cup final that we're going to win 3-0. That's a wee spoiler for next week, and we'll have a few other videos up as well. Big thanks to you for tuning in and watching this one. If you've not yet subscribed, you know where you can do that on YouTube. And if you're down the pub and you want to tell a wee pal about us just sitting here talking crap about Celtic, then go for it.
Garbage, aye.